to this happy place, welcome.
Hi, everybody.
This is the Ears to Ever After podcast, your source for Disney news, planning tips, and information about all things Disney. Ears to Ever After is hosted by Ellie and co-hosted by Beth. Welcome to our show.
Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to the Ears to Ever After podcast. I'm Ellie.
And I am Ben.
Welcome. Happy Sunday. And for those of you watching,
This is Chomp Chomp.
that's Tinkerbell, who has joined us for the last couple of weeks on our podcast. Yay. Okay, so anyways, so we're going to try to talk about the Halloween party again, now that we've gotten some of our kinks worked out for recording.
Video and podcast.
Yeah.
Things.
Hey, somebody
stuff.
hit their step count today.
Did I?
Wasn't me.
I'm going to find out. My stand goal is achieved by sitting down.
Woohoo. Yeah, so we are going to talk about all things Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. But first, we would like to extend our heartfelt and deepest wishes for those in the path of Hurricane Dorian. And may you be safe and make sure that you get out of harm's way if you can, or if you can't, then just please be safe. We are thinking about you. We are praying for you. And, we're both really sorry that people have to go through these crazy natural disasters time after time. And it just kind of, it stinks and it's scary. So.
Yep, and having been through one, it's tough.
Yeah, so, anywho, so all of you that are riding out the storm in the Bahamas and Florida and possibly up the coast, we are thinking about you, and we hope that, even though it's not forecast to, we hope that it passes very quickly or turns out to sea before it makes landfall. So, anyways, with that, we just wanted to let everybody know that we're thinking about all you guys that are in harm's way, potentially. Yes.
Yes.
You can speak a little bit.
I know. It's so sad.
It is. Alright, so let's shift our focus. So we tried to talk about the Halloween party a couple weeks ago, and we had some issues getting it uploaded and whatnot, so we are going to try to talk about it again. So Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party for 2019 started on August 16th, and in perhaps one of the longest running years this year, it is going all the way through to November 1st. So I do know that August 16th is the earliest that Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party has ever started. So there are lots and lots of opportunities to get down there for that. So Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is a hard ticketed event, and so what a hard ticketed event is that you have to buy extra tickets to get in to go to the event. So it is not included in the cost of your theme park ticket. But it's worth it.
Yes, it is.
So,
At least once every so often.
every couple of years, yes. So the dog has made her way to me. So if you're wondering what the hell my hands are doing, it is Puppy.
Being eaten alive by the puppy of doom.
Yes. Alrighty, so since we are now in September, we'll just kind of start with September pricing because August pricing is done. So
By August.
by August, yeah, holy crow, it's September 1st already. We're like into school and fall and all that crazy stuff. If you're basic, sort of unlike myself, you're into the pumpkin spice fad. I don't like pumpkin spice.
Oktoberfest. Just saying.
But I do love
soon.
me some Starbucks. So anyways, that has nothing to do with the Halloween party. So if you purchased your ticket in advance for September 2nd, 8th, 10th, 15th, 17th, or 22nd, it would have been $79 plus tax, or $74 for child. For September 6th, 13th, 20th, 24th, 27th, and 29th, it would have been $85 plus tax, or $80 plus tax for a child. So weekdays obviously are a little bit less expensive than weekends. Advanced purchase for the October parties started at $85 and goes all the way up to $135 for an adult ticket, or $80 for a child's ticket, up to $130 plus tax.
And $135 is on Halloween.
Halloween night, yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the time you're going to pay between $85 and $115. If you are an annual pass holder or a DVC member, there are some slight discounts. It's about $5-ish per ticket that you get to save. So, depending on how many APs you have in your party or DVC members.
And the only day you can't use it, I believe, is Halloween.
Correct. Yes. Every other day you can use your discount. So that's a pretty exciting thing. So what's new for 2019 in the Halloween party is Disney did come out with this new thing. It's called the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party Pass. And what that is for $299 plus tax, you can get into as many of the Halloween parties as you want for that price. The only exception is Halloween night, so you would have to buy an additional ticket for Halloween night. The other thing is that this party pass will allow people that have purchased this particular pass to get into parties that are already sold out. So you have the potential to see some extra crowding because of this pass. So I'm not sure that I love that, but I don't know. I'm not sure what Disney was trying to do there. I mean,
it's designed more for locals, so it's going to affect weekends more than it does weekdays.
Right, but I mean, I guess at the same time, like, part of the reason that I buy Halloween tickets is, outside of all the ridiculously cool activities that we'll get into in just a little while, is because it's supposed to be a little less crowded. So to have somebody be able to get in on and above a sold-out night where the park already seems kind of crowded for a party is just kind of like, okay, so this is no different than any other day at the park.
Yeah.
That's just kind of, that's just kind of my thought process behind it. I think it's a really cool idea. If I was a Florida resident or if I lived near the parks, I probably would purchase it myself too. So, like, I totally don't blame anybody for getting it and taking advantage of it, but one of the things I love about the Halloween party is that it does kill off some of that crowd level.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to affect more, though, in, like, mid-October time.
Definitely. So, some of the cool things that you can do at the Halloween party are... I think one of the most well-known things is the Boo to You parade, and that might be like the only thing in recent years that hasn't changed, although even that's getting a little bit of a makeover this year too. Disney is all about upgrading and changing and making things better. So my favorite thing about Boo to You is that it starts off with a headless horseman, so that's a really cool thing to watch.
How does he ride that horse with no head?
He's a ghost. I also really like the music they use for Boo to You. It's very catchy and it's very Halloween-y.
Halloweeny.
Halloweeny.
Ooh, Halloweeny in Halloween.
Halloweeny. And the nice thing about...
Shut my head off.
Oops, uh-oh. And the cool thing about the Boo to You parade, too, is you get to see all of these characters that you don't normally get to see in other parades, like Shenzi, Bonzi, and Ed from the Lion King. Or, you get to see this incredible float that is Haunted Mansion themed with the hitchhiking ghosts, Dr. Facilier, Captain Barbossa and Jack Sparrow, Oogie Boogie, Winnie the Pooh and friends are dressed up in Halloween costumes. The end of the parade, if it's still the same as I remember, has an appearance from Goofy on this beautiful Goofy's Candy Cove float that's really, really cool. So.
Ooh, candy.
Yes. Ooh, candy. So this year Mickey and Minnie have new costumes that they will be debuting or have debuted already. And there will be some additions to the Haunted Mansion part of the parade. As well as, it looks like the parade might even go into Tomorrowland a little bit, and the Incredibles and Buzz Lightyear will make an appearance, so that's going to be pretty cool as well.
Yeah, it's cool.
So there are 2 parades during each Halloween party, and the reason I point that out is because the first parade that starts at 9:15 every night is usually going to be the more crowded of the 2, so if you want to see the parade and you can hold out, wait and do the 11:15 one.
Wait till late.
Yes, because most of the crowd clears out after the fireworks, so the late parade is a really good opportunity to get a really good spot and really watch and focus on the parade rather than trying to have to fight a bunch of crowds, which is nice. So those parades, again, 9:15 and 11:15 is when they go on. So then, another really cool feature of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party
is trick-or-treating.
Trick or treat. So do you want to talk about trick or treating, Mr. Ben?
So, who doesn't love candy? Oh yeah, I can't hear you. But basically they have little stations set up so you can get your little candy. They give you some bags so you can go trick-or-treating around the park. Mm-hmm. And there's certain stations that are set up for trick-or-treating.
Yes, and some of them, Disney's really good about making sure that everybody feels included. So if you have an allergy or a sensitivity, you can get a different kind of a bag that kind of alerts the cast members to the fact that you do have an allergy or sensitivity. And Town Square Theater, Liberty Square, the ticketing office, those 2 places are allergy friendly for trick-or-treating. So some other spots where you can trick-or-treat obviously are Main Street USA. So there's a couple spots in Adventureland, there's a few spots in Frontierland, a few spots in Liberty Square, Fantasyland, and Tomorrowland. So pretty much every area of the park will have a couple trick-or-treat stations open for you.
And if you don't want your candy, I'll eat it.
So the cool thing about Mickey's Not So Scary and the candy is if you are super nice, maybe even if you're not super nice, but you should be super nice,
I'm not nice.
That they dump like tons of candy in your bag. So I mean, even by the end of the night, I mean you're gonna come back with like an entire bag full of candy.
Can I wear a t-shirt saying "Give me all your candy"?
No. You have to dress up like a ghost.
I am a ghost. I'm pale.
Because I have that really cool Haunted Mansion dress thing.
Okay, I'm a ghost. Can I be a ghost at Haunted Mansion forever?
Yes.
Cool.
So this year, Disney changed up their fireworks too. So among all the other things that Disney is changing, they did change the Mickey's Not So Scary fireworks as well. So now they are Disney's Not So Spooky Spectacular. And the changes that they've made are going to be a little bit more cohesive. So the fireworks is going to tell a story now, and Jack Skellington is the narrator.
Is it Christmassy?
No.
Oh.
It's Halloweeny. Yeah.
But it's the Nightmare Before Christmas.
It is the Nightmare, but yes, and before Christmas is Halloween.
Actually, it's Thanksgiving.
Well, yes, if you're being technical, I suppose. Oy vey, mama.
Well, technically, it's Christmas Eve before Christmas Day.
Yes. So, some of the other cool things...
Then it's Hanukkah.
Okay. So,
hey, I'm not leaving people out. Carry on, talk. Talk about... Yeah, okay.
Alright, so the other cool thing...
Kidding. Okay, there's some cool other things that are going on.
Yes.
And these are...
extra character meet and greets. So the neat thing about the Halloween party, and I think part of what makes it worth the money that it is that there are a whole slew of rare characters, or even if they're not super rare, they're dressed up in Halloween outfits and they're dressed up in costumes and things like that, so they're in like rare attire. So like Jack Skellington and Sally, or like Winnie the Pooh and friends are in their costumes. You can Oogie Boogie's there. And my favorite is the villains. So most of
I'll be there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So most of the villains are out and about at certain meet and greet stations where you can meet them and take pictures and get autographs and things like that. So that is worth its weight in gold right there too. So a helpful tip is if you want to meet some of the rarer characters, when everybody else is watching that parade number 1, get in line for your most anticipated character, and then the lines usually are shorter for those character meet and greets during the first parade. Or I don't recommend this because I like the fireworks, but if you're not a fireworks person, that's another good time to get in line for those meet and greets. Yeah.
Hey, I'll just get the candy during that time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. My other favorite part of the Halloween party is the fact that they have all these different like dance parties too, which I really, really like. Over in Tomorrowland at the Rocketeer Plaza stage, or Rocket Tower, Rocketeer, I don't know.
Rocketeers.
They have the monstrous Screamoween Ball where they play Halloween themed music and you can dance with some characters, which is really, really cool.
That's scary, me dancing.
I love it. And then you've also got the Storybook Circus for the little ones. So if they're not quite feeling the Screamoween one, you can go over to the Storybook Circus dance party and dance with your favorite Disney Junior characters too. So that's really cool.
I can do that.
So they've really thought of everything.
I'm going to do that
you
one.
can't.
Oh.
But kids can.
I'm a kid. Uh-huh.
Yes. So, what's Halloween without Hocus Pocus?
It's Halloween without Hocus Pocus.
Everybody loves Hocus Pocus. Well, most people do anyways. So the stage show during the Halloween party is Hocus Pocus themed, and Disney loves their stage shows. So you can, so basically the Sanderson sisters come back to life. Yeah, I was kind of wondering myself what she's doing behind us, but you know, that's neither here nor there.
And for all those listeners on the podcast, our dog's into something.
Yeah, pretty much. What is she doing? Oh, she's into my craft cabinet thing. But yeah, so the Sanderson sisters stage show is at 8:30, 10:45, and then once more at midnight every night. And they are joined by some of the other villains, which are really cool. So like Dr. Facilier, Oogie Boogie, Maleficent, you know, Ursula, all sorts of other really cool villains come together for this scary, I put that in quotes, show. So just like normal castle shows, like they use like the projections and they use like the smoke and the fireworks and things, just like the daily the daily stage show, but this time it's Hocus Pocus themed. So I think that's really cool because Hocus Pocus is a staple for the Halloween season. And now that it's officially September 1st, everybody can totally watch Hocus Pocus if you haven't been already.
No, I'm watching Christmas movies.
No.
It's never too early.
So then, some of the fun Halloween things that you can do at the the Christmas party.
Got you song about Christmas now.
Is the Cadaver Dans, which are mostly the oh my gosh, Dapper Dans. There you go. I was like, what the heck? The Dapper Dans turn into the Cadaver Dans, and they sing some of your favorite Halloween songs throughout the night. So that's pretty cool. They go on at 7, 7:45, 8:30, 9:50, and 10:30. So that's pretty cool. And if you want to see them sing your favorite a cappella Halloween songs, then that is most certainly the show that you should check out. I think the coolest thing too is that you can also meet gravediggers from the Haunted Mansion, so that's a meet and greet option as well. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Can you say something other than yeah?
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Amazing.
Add something.
Like what? All the cool treats you can get?
Yeah, talk about the treats.
They have specially Halloween-themed treats.
They do.
Yes. And I don't remember any of them right now because I haven't been there in so long.
I remember they had like a worms and dirt one.
Everybody knows about the worms and dirt. It's a standard. It's a staple.
People are going to be like, you're weird. But
So what they do is they have different treats that come in also different each year. A lot of the ones this year are pumpkin involved. That's why we kind of don't have an interest in a lot of them.
Yeah, like everything is pumpkin flavored. And I know that that's a thing and people like it a lot. But like, there are some people on this planet that don't like pumpkin.
Yep.
Like, I know there's like a Mickey Waffle sundae, but the gelato in the Mickey Waffle sundae is pumpkin. I'm actually wondering, and when we go down there, I'll check, but like I might ask to see if I can get it with
Chocolate.
vanilla ice cream instead.
Chocolate's more fun.
But yeah, it's just, and then there's a pumpkin milkshake, and then there's like another pumpkin sundae with like a candy corn topping and whatnot. And I'm like, everything has some type of pumpkin spice in it. And I don't like pumpkin spice. So for me, I'll probably stay away from those treats. Now there are a couple of treats that are pretty cool. So there's like a mini wedding cake with an axe on the top that just has like chocolate cake in it.
That's based off Haunted Mansion.
That I will probably try.
Yeah.
Because that sounds really yummy. But like, oh, I can't with the chocolate. Or with the, not with the chocolate, I like chocolate.
Pumpkin?
But like, I can't with the pumpkin. I just can't do it. I can't do it.
She just can't do it. Can't do it.
Yes. So, most of the restaurants are available and open during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. And not to be like a super negative Nancy, but that is the biggest waste of your money and your time possible, to waste like upwards of an hour, possibly even 2 hours, depending on where you dine, at a sit-down restaurant during the Halloween party that you've already paid a lot of money for. Like, it just takes so much time out of the Halloween activities and things that you could be doing, like, that are specific to the Halloween party, that you really can't do at any other point in time in the park. So my suggestion, and you don't have to take this because, you know, it's just little old me, but if you do have to, you know, if you haven't eaten before the party or you do get hungry during the party, grab a quick service bite to eat, because it takes minimal time, obviously, to order, sit down, and eat compared to like a table service. And then that way you can kind of get back up on your feet and back to the Halloween festivities without having wasted a ton of time at a sit-down restaurant.
Yeah. You know, we've missed something very important about the Halloween.
What?
People dress in costumes.
Oh yeah, people dress in costumes. They do.
Yeah, so a lot of people come in wearing their own costumes. The only time of year you can actually dress as your favorite Disney character.
Yeah, or whatever else you want, as long as it doesn't have a mask.
Yes, no mask, and keep it clean.
And your costume can't drag. So, like, I wanted to wear my wedding dress, just, like, you know, be like a Haunted Mansion zombie bride, but it touches the ground, so you can't wear, like, wedding attire. You can't wear any gowns or anything that actually touch or drag, either. Okay. So if you can get it to not drag, you can wear it. But if it drags, you can't wear it.
Yeah. So there are rules.
There are. Yes, but it's mainly to keep you safe and to be able to still have you enjoy things like the rides and things.
Yes.
So back to the snackages, because, well, who doesn't love snackages?
Me.
This isn't really a snack, it's more of a drink. But the Pirates Horizon, which is a new snack for the Halloween party, is orange juice, passion fruit, and pineapple juice. You know, garnished with a pineapple wedge on a pirate sword. That sounds amazing.
Can I bring in my own rum for that? No. Oh. No?
You cannot.
Ooh.
That sounds
Can
really...
I take out the part and put rum in it?
No.
Oh.
But yeah, I just kind of was looking at all the treats, and I mean, the Maleficent waffle cone sounds really good too. It's a black waffle cone with lime ice cream, or lime soft serve actually, so that sounds really, really good too.
Ooh, hang on. If I talk to Jack Sparrow and ask for some ramen, he gives me it, can he do it?
I mean, it might be a cold day in hell when that happens, but sure, go for it.
Okay.
The Snake Eyes also sounds pretty yummy, so that's Sprite, green apple, and lemonade garnished with gummy worms.
And who doesn't like gummy worms?
Yes. Yeah, so, and then, Pesos Bill has nachos. Yeah. So at least that sounds delicious, because otherwise, everything else, I kid you not, pretty much has some type of pumpkin flavoring in it.
That's emphasis on the P there, I saw.
Yeah, I'm over the pumpkin thing. I am over the pumpkin.
But if you love pumpkin, you're gonna love them.
Yeah, if you're a pumpkin spice fan, I mean, honest to God, like, you're gonna be in heaven, because everything is pumpkin. Pumpkin, pumpkin. Amok. I had to say that louder for the people that are listening to the podcast and not watching it, because you cannot see my random clapping and all that fun.
Unfortunately, I can see her random clapping.
So can the people that are watching.
I was talking to the ones who are listening.
I would make a vulgar gesture, but we are recording this with video too. So, one more freaky fantastic thing about the Halloween party is that some of your favorite attractions get some overlays for the party only. So, the Mad Tea Party and the teacups gets a musical makeover, so they play a lot of your favorite like Halloween songs, and they just bring like a brand new energy into the teacups, which is really cool. So they spin a little bit differently, there's special lighting, and there are so many cool new soundtrack options for that ride. And then Pirates, do you want to tell them what happens on Pirates?
Gunpowder Pete.
And other
and
alive
yeah, there's
people.
Other characters, and when you're waiting in line, the characters just pop out. They can scare you, talk to you, whatever they feel like doing.
I would probably be the person they scare because I'm very jumpy.
And I'll be the one laughing in the corner.
You're such a nice person. Not.
I'll say, yeah, I'm not nice.
Yeah. So then, Space Mountain gets a little bit of an overlay too. Not quite as cool as, the one in Disneyland, but what they do is obviously they turn the lights way off, and then they turn the space kind of theme off, and you're just totally in pitch black, but then you're listening to this killer Halloween soundtrack as well. So it's
killer
really
on
cool.
Halloween. Wow.
So it's a really, really cool experience. And then the Monsters, Inc. laugh floor becomes a kind of a treat trail, which is kind of neat. So with the cast of characters from Monsters, Inc. So that's a really cool little thing too. I'm excited to try that because that wasn't a thing when we went to the Halloween party. Wow, the Halloween party in 2012. So that's kind of new. A lot of the things are actually new for us that we'll be seeing for the first time this year, like the stage show with the Sanderson sisters, the ride overlays, things like that, because it's changed so much since we went back in 2012, so there's been a lot of really cool additions. But I think the best addition is that what they started to do is started to charge extra for things other than like the dessert party for the Halloween party. So on top of the party ticket, then you had to buy all these extras or whatever, so I'm really glad they've done away with a lot of that. So, I mean, there is still the Halloween themed dessert party that you can pay for, that you can attend as well. So, I mean, if you did want to get away from some of the crowds and you did want to pay for that experience and get a prime fireworks viewing location, that is an option for you and your family as well. And it's really cool. It's very similar to the Happily Ever After dessert party. It's just Halloween themed. So that's pretty cool.
Cool.
And then what would Disney be without things that you could buy to commemorate your time at the Halloween party?
Things you don't need, but you buy it anyway.
Right, because it's like dated and it's Halloween-y and you get swept up in the moment. So there are incredible souvenirs that you can buy that are specific to the Halloween party that you can take home. Ornaments, apparel, pins, things of that nature.
Yeah, take my money now, Disney.
Yes. And if you do want one free souvenir, though, and you play Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom, the Halloween party does have an exclusive Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom card that is specific to this year's Halloween party. So you can grab that when you go to the Halloween party as well. Right where you go up at, I think it's right up at the town hall area where you sign up for Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom anyways. So that's a pretty cool little thing too if you're into that. And I believe it does, like, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that it does. You can play with that card as well, but I don't play Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom, so I'm not.
Yes, you can play with that card.
There are some special photo opportunities too that are not available during normal hours too. A lot of them happen at the Haunted Mansion, so you can get your picture with like the hitchhiking ghosts.
He's my buddy.
There are special props over by the Haunted Mansion that you can use and take pictures with. So it's a really cool thing. And then obviously there's the ride inside of the Haunted Mansion now that you can use as well.
Best time to go on the ride.
Yes.
Actually, every time the best time. Disaster hit.
Oh no. That's my one of the cups that I made. It's very shiny, but it says Tale as Old as Time, and then on the back it's got Beauty and the Beast, and it's on just one of those $2 Starbucks cups. I still have to epoxy this to make all the vinyl stick, but I did make this. This is my very first attempt at making a like one of those Disney Starbucks cups. So yeah.
And if you're listening to this, watch the video and you can see it.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's pink holographic, but I don't know. It was just my first attempt at making a cup. I had seen them on Etsy, and I just, wanted to try my hand at it, so I did. And now I just have to add a little glitter to it and epoxy it up, and then I'll have me a fun cup for Disney.
Nah, we're going to buy more.
Probably, because it's what we do.
Mm.
We may or may not have a Disney mug problem.
Who doesn't?
Oops, Genie fell off. This one has a donut on it, and it says, I run on Disney and caffeine. And again, if you are listening and not watching, we are just showing off some of my horribly obsessive Disney mug collection, because I'm crazy, and I have a problem. Do you want to get that? If you need me, I'll be in my castle mug, too.
No, we're done with the mugs.
I love
You can
my
save that
Disney
for another
mugs.
video.
I love them. They're so much fun. They're my favorite part of... They're my favorite collectible at Disney World in any capacity are mugs. So, anyways, with that being said, I think we're going to call it a night for tonight, just because we'll talk about the Christmas party in a different episode, just once it gets a little closer to the holidays, and we'll probably combine the Christmas party with something else, just because we haven't been to the Christmas party yet.
No.
So that is on our bucket list. We will get there one of these days. But yeah, so the Christmas party will come in a different episode. So, as we like to end all of our shows, especially now that we are finally on the YouTube space, if you like our podcast, please subscribe to our YouTube channel or subscribe to our podcast on your favorite podcast app. If you do like this podcast, giving us a thumbs up and or a 5-star rating would be absolutely amazing, and you don't know how much that we would appreciate that. On YouTube, the little notification bell notifies you every time we make a video. Right now, currently, our schedule is podcast on Sunday, and then Disney-esque video at some point during the middle of the week, usually Wednesdays or Thursdays. So that's kind of our schedule. The ears behind me on that side are from Little Shop of Magic in the background. You do know that you do have 20% off if you use my code LilShop20. And if you are looking to book your next Disney trip, you can always contact Ms. Ashley Mark Her website is linked to our website, earstoeverafter.com. All of her info is there, and she is a wonderful, wonderful travel planner that can help you with your next Disney trip.
Yeah.
Anything else that you would like to add to my random speech?
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween! And again, I know we said it at the beginning of the video, but I hope everybody is prepared and out of harm's way for Hurricane Dorian, and we hope that you do stay safe.
Yes.
So, we will see you later in the week or next week. Have a magical, magical week, everybody. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you for listening to today's show. If you like the show, it really helps us out if you could leave a 5-star review on your favorite podcast app. You can also join the conversation and chat with us on our Facebook group, Here's to Ever After Podcast Group in Czech. Lastly, you can connect with us by visiting our website, www.herestoeverafter.com. Thank you for listening. Tune in every Sunday night for new episodes.